Welcome back to another Elden Ring video, and today we are going to venture off to Cliffbottom Catacombs. As you see here, we are just going to ride our noble steed down to the bottom of the cliff. Cliffbottom Catacombs, bottom of the cliff. As you can see, I've gone too far, so I'm going to go a little bit closer to the cliff's wall, and there you go. We stumble across the Cliffbottom Catacombs. Alright, let's get started. So after activating the grace point, we are here on the map. Now, obviously, I like to game with my friends, so I'm going to call one of my homies in, and we are now going to take the elevator to go down. So once we're at the bottom here, we're going to notice that there's going to be an enemy hanging off to the right that's going to ambush us, as well as one other stone creature. So we're going to just take care of them, and we're going to continue. So after we deal with those fools, we're just going to walk down the stairs here. We're going to notice that this is where the summoning pool is, and obviously the door to go fight the boss once we've cleared, well, this whole catacombs. So this one's a very lengthy excursion. So I believe this took me personally about 30 minutes to do. We wrapped it in 5 minutes for you just to make it a little bit easier for you to watch. And I'm not going to try to talk through the whole thing, but I will say that there are a lot of areas in here that are pretty lethal. Like the area that we're approaching now, there's obviously some big guy here to fight, so I would always recommend going up, backstabbing them first. Does a good amount of damage, and then try to do as much damage as possible when they're on the ground. As you see, my friend died, so I'm going to have to wait for him. So before we go all the way upstairs, let's back that up. And let's go get the item that's under here while we wait for him to spawn back in. We get a rune arc. Now remember, you can watch the Godric video. Rune arcs allow us to use great runes, right? Well, once you equip a great rune, you pop the rune arc, and then you can actually use its properties. Alright, let's move on. There are a lot of pressure plates in here, so when you're walking around, make sure that you don't see those little squares on the ground. Otherwise, you're going to have those arrows shoot at you. They can be useful in different areas inside of these catacombs, but if you're not paying attention and you're at low health, well, looks like you're going to be starting it all over again. So really be mindful of the pressure plates down here. What I mean by the fact that they can be useful is that they can also damage enemies. So as you see, we can use it to our advantage here a lot. Especially when you're fighting some of those bigger guys later on in the catacombs, you actually can use the pressure plate to hit them until they're at a low enough HP, and then you can shoot them. For instances like this one, I noticed that I got the high ground, so a couple shots with the arrow, and then you can jump down and finish the guy off afterwards. We're at the bottom of the Cliffbottom Catacombs right at this point in time. Now, once you get down here, there's actually another big guy just around the corner, so we're going to deal with him as well. We're going to play Ring Around the Rosie, and we're going to take him out. Now that we're in the basement, we're just going to continue following down the corridor here. Now watch this. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to just stand on pressure plate and deal damage, and then we can kill this guy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Continue following the route all the way down. You're going to notice that there's a ladder. Go to the top. Off to your left now. Yep, that's another big guy. So we're going to take him out. Unfortunately, I lose my friend again, but that's okay. We're going to run here, and we're going to get the Page Ashes. A pretty solid ash. Basically, you summon a crossbow and sword wielding user to help you in combat. Now, as we approach the end of this corridor, we get to pull the lever and finally open the door of where the boss is going to be. And now it's boss time. So we can go all the way back to spawn if you want, and then fight the two stone guys, run down to this boss, and let's go. It's very similar to a previous boss that we've encountered, so once you have kind of like these stone bosses, once you figure out the moveset, it's pretty easy. So we got a little bit of flame, you know, just to run away from that. When the cat boss is in the air, again, run away. That little smash attack does a little bit of splash damage. You can stun by using abilities. When it sweeps, you know just to jump or avoid it. When the magic is shot away, you know it's going to be heat seeking, so it's going to go to one of you. And then after that, the boss is actually pretty damn easy. So let's just wrap this up. Now, once the boss has been vanquished, we are going to get the Kaiden Sellsword Ashes. These are some of the best ashes in the game. Not only can they, well, solo the Stone Digger Troll, it is insanely versatile and powerful. On the next episode, we're going to be going to the Murkwater Cave, where we're going to fight this guy. So if you found this video was helpful, be sure to like, comment, and maybe throw us a sub our way. You never know. stay tuned for more, and we'll be back tomorrow. Adios.